Hey there! Welcome to Momogatari. I'm so glad you're here. Tonight's story is about connection and courage, and it's called The Star That Stays. Lately, I've been feeling that reaching out has become harder, even when I really want to. Conversations feel distant, and sometimes it's easier to stay quiet than to reconnect. Have you ever felt that way too? If so, I hope this story brings you a little comfort and maybe even a gentle push to step back into the connections that still matter. So let's dive in. The city whispered beyond her window, a low hum of passing cars, distant voices slipping through the night air, the occasional rush of wind stirring the trees, the low murmur of a world moving forward without her. Inside, Momo lay curled beneath her blanket, the glow of her phone casting long shadows against the walls. She had been staring at the screen for what felt like forever, scrolling through familiar faces, snippets of conversations, small moments she had once been a part of, laughing friends, shared memories, names she had stopped reaching out to, some by accident, some by hesitation, some simply because life had pulled her in other directions. Now, the space between those moments felt impossible to cross. She hovered over an old conversation, thumb brushing against a message she had left unanswered for months. A simple, "Hey, how have you been?" that she had meant to reply to, but never did. It had been so long. A lump formed in her throat. She wanted to respond, wanted to reconnect, but the weight of time pressed against her ribs. Had she let it stretch too far? Would her words feel empty now? She sighed, setting her phone beside her, rolling onto her back. The worn, glow-in-the-dark stars clung onto her ceiling, edges curling. Their once brilliant shine faded to something dim and uncertain, just like her confidence in reaching back. Outside, past the haze of city lights, one real star stood alone, bright, unwavering. She turned her gaze toward it, her voice barely above a whisper. "I think I messed up." The star flickered gently, as if listening. "You can step back in," it seemed to say. Momo hesitated. But what if it's different now? What if I already lost them? The night stretched between them, thick with uncertainty. Then the star gleamed again, slow, patient, like it had all the time in the world. Time can stretch distance, but not always meaning. Some bonds dim, but never disappear. You are allowed to return. Her throat tightened. You haven't been forgotten. The words sank deep, wrapping around the doubt that had kept her silent for so long. Slowly, she picked up her phone again, fingers hovering over a familiar name, heartbeat thudding in her ears. The fear was still there, uncertainty coiling around her thoughts, whispering worries about what they might think, whether she had waited too long. But the star flickered once more. Courage is quiet, but it still speaks. And returning takes bravery, not perfection. The people who matter, they have never stopped waiting for you. She inhaled slowly, then typed, "Hey, I know it's been a while, but I miss you. How have you been?" Her heart pounded as the message sent. And then, nothing. The silence stretched impossibly long, heavy and suffocating, each second pressing against her ribs. Her mind raced. What if they didn't respond? What if they read it and decided she wasn't worth the effort anymore? She clenched her jaw, willing herself to breathe, forcing herself to resist the urge to delete the message and pretend she had never sent it. Her phone remained still. Seconds felt like minutes, like hours. She stared at the screen, every passing second making the silence feel heavier. Did she expect too much? Did she mistake an old bond for something still alive? But then, just as the doubts began to win, three dots appeared. Her breath hitched, pulse drumming loudly in her ears. A response. Her shoulders loosened, tension spilling from her chest. In an exhale she didn't realize she had been holding. Outside, the star remained, bright, unwavering, as if silently celebrating the small victory with her. A reassurance, a reminder that some bonds, the ones that truly matter, don't fade. That some connections will welcome you back, even after time has passed. That she is not forgotten. Momo watched the sky a little longer, the familiar hum of the city settling into the quiet of her room. Then, pulling her blanket closer, she let herself rest. The end. Thank you so much for spending time with me and listening to this story. I hope it brought you comfort, or maybe just a small reminder that you're not alone. I'd love to hear how you feel, so please share a comment. Until next time, remember that the people who truly matter are rooting for you, even in ways you might not see. So please take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, and know that I love you. Goodbye.